Tesla still falling on down, 796, 795. Tesla, I'm going to jump in a little bit here. I got to pull the trigger a little bit at this moment just because we are seeing this thing fall so big. Look at Tesla, guys, still falling. Tesla is now down $34 on the day. $34 on the day. Tesla, I jumped in with 300 shares so far. Now, how much more is Tesla going to collapse down towards? Right? That's the big question. I mean, we have fallen significantly. Let's just take a look at this weekly chart. If we look at this weekly chart here, Tesla has now gone from $1,200 to $792. This would be the best bounce off this 50-day moving average. 792, absolute bottom so far. Team, I'm pretty happy with what I just did. I am pretty happy on where I'm at. I am pretty happy on, this entry. And if you're wondering, Deck, why are you so happy with this entry? Again, just take a look at this weekly chart. We can extend this weekly chart right here. It has been, when was the last time we looked at the weekly chart and we had a bounce off this 50-day moving average? We came all the way down to 70, this is all the way back in 2020. Then we haven't even touched this blue line for a ridiculously long time. Right? A ridiculous long period, this blue line right here. On top of that, when we look over on the daily chart, which is something that we always like to look for, we can see a lot of times when we take a look at the daily chart, team, what can we notice? Well, if we take a screenshot over on this and we take a look over on Tesla, we can see what? We can see that Tesla, every single time it comes down to right here, the 200-day moving average right here, this red line, right? We're looking at this red line going across the board. Every time we look at this red line going across the board, we do have a little lower shadow right underneath this red line. And then it's usually the next few days of climbing. Then it's usually the next, every single time, few days of climbing, 2 days of climbing, 3 days of climbing, 7 days of climbing. So, I mean, that is a great start to already on what we are only trying to build off of. So I do have, again, this stock at this time at $795 at the price. It's currently at $798 at this moment. I'm up about $1,000, but I really do enjoy this price that I'm sitting at. I'm pretty happy with my shares, to be honest with you. And I do want to hold for a bit if I can. I just think, team, after seeing such a big drop from $1,200 to $792, I mean, I don't think we can get much better than that. I mean, what is this? This is a 30% drop from its highs, I believe, right? Correct me if I'm wrong with my math. I'm not a huge math guy. But again, we have fallen from 1,200 all the way down towards 792. That is a ridiculously huge drop. And I definitely think by today, we could bounce back up in the 820s. By Monday, we could be back up in the 850s. We could definitely be all the way back up towards, the 900s or testing the 900s. So this is the lowest that we have seen Tesla in the matter of 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 3.5, almost 4 months. To me, it has to be a bargain buy. To me, it has to be a bargain price. To me, it has to be an entry every single time.
Day 2.
It is 9:08 a.m. Monday, January 31st. And ladies and gentlemen, I know the first thing that you are probably noticing at this moment is my Tesla trade. Tesla, $27,000 I was able to make over the weekend. Let me see that again. 27,000, baby. It was a fantastic trade, and I am so excited to be able to have this profit. And that was all just because I was willing to hold Tesla throughout yesterday, throughout Friday, throughout the weekend. Being able to invest on Friday, enjoy your weekend, and wake up and be able to make $27,000, that was absolutely fantastic. So where did I get in on this play? As you guys know, if you were here on Friday, I bought in on the stock at the price of $7.95. And the entire reason on why I bought in on this play is because we have been seeing the NASDAQ, which is again the tech stocks. We have been seeing tech stocks get crushed. We've seen the NASDAQ fall 17% in the past 30 days. Tesla alone has fallen from $1,200 all the way down to $795. I mean, we're talking about a $400 drop in the matter of what? In the matter of 1 month. So what did I realize? I realized there was a 200-day moving average bounce play. If I changed my time frame over to a weekly time frame, I saw that we came up to the 50-day moving average, which hasn't been touched since the COVID-19 pandemic, way back down here. So I was able to see 50-day moving average, perfect bounce at 790. I saw again over on the daily chart, we had the 200-day moving average at the price of 814. So I assumed it was going to be around the price of 800. And the moment I saw it go underneath 800, I had to pull the trigger. This play was able to go on a huge spike all the way up towards around 857. And I know a lot of people are saying, Deck, get out, get out, get out. But I really trusted this entry. I really knew that this was going to be right along the bottom. And on top of that, we also formed these lower shadows. Seeing lower shadows and upper shadows is one of my favorite ways to know that a stock is going to move itself on up, right? When we see a lower shadow right here, what did we see? Lower shadow, green candle, next day was a gap up. What did we see when we saw a lower shadow right here? We saw, again, the stock have a lower shadow, green day, red day, green day, big gap up. What happened when we saw a lower shadow right here? Big lower shadow, stock again gapped on up. What happened when we saw a lower shadow right here? And the lower shadow is the bottom part of the candle, you know, this nice long black line. Then again, we have about 4 days in a row. So when I see this lower shadow right here and you're saying, Deck, how did you have the confidence to hold this over the weekend? I was saying to myself, well, look at the past 4 lower shadows we saw. We again indicate that the stock is going to be moving on up. So once I saw that the stock closed off strong, I said, hey, I'm not getting out. I'm not getting out in after hours. I'm holding this over the weekend. Now, I talked about this a little bit in pre-market, but how many people here, when they hold a swing trade over the weekend or overnight, your body just wakes you up early? For me, it's like my mind knows that I have a large amount of money over in the stock market, and I know people start trading at 4 o'clock in the morning. So what did I say to myself? I woke up and I looked over at my Tesla on Yahoo Finance at 5 in the morning, and I saw it was all the way up at the price of 867. Right now it's actually working its way back up towards around 867. It's at 866, but I was again more than happy. So if you take a look at where I sold this morning, I woke up at 517, sold at 517, sold at 517, sold at 517, 517 in the morning. But I sold at 864, 864, 864, 864. So going from the price of 795 to the price of 864, that was able to equivalent to $27,000 in profit. So that was an amazing swing trade. It did put me up exactly where I want to be on the month, and that is so great and so awesome. So I wanted to break down this play, have you guys understand what was going on with it, and I just wanted to take my profits where and when I had them.